What's up guys, this is Void of Dust Gaming, your channel for fresh Arena Valor content, and as you guys have already seen in the thumbnail, we are taking a look at Zanis today. Zanis is one of the first heroes who was released in Arena Valor in the early days of the game when we were still playing in the beta, and that means that he is one of the old establishment. He has the thing going on that he is called a noob hero. That is because he sports insane true damage with insane attack speed and insane mobility at the price of having little to no armor. What we are going to see in the upcoming video, not only in one but in many different scenes, but he is the glass cannon. He is able to dish out shitloads of damage, and then he needs to back up to safety, and we're going to take a look at him. Don't take the game too seriously. I died a lot, but what I wanted to focus on is that we needed 3 Dark Slayers to end this game, and that is hilarious. The game took ages. I thought that we were able to kind of ended after 13 minutes, but I wanted to show you this game before we are taking a closer look on Elaine, who is coming to this channel in 2 days, and then I'm going to talk in German about what I think about Elaine. So if you have waited for the video, you have to wait a little bit longer, but I want to start with Zanis first. So let's start with the build that I've been playing. This is the standard Zanis build that has been around for a couple of months, and I changed the Soul Weaver in this build against the jungle item Leviathan because I wanted to have a little bit more tankiness with him, and I even thought it might be suitable to change the Omni Arms against something different. In this case, I've been taking the Blade of Eternity that I have finished as one of the last items in this build order. I'd say the most important ones are the Sancti, the Rank Breaker, and Fenrir's, and you want to take boots that are reducing the crowd control length, and therefore we're going with the Gilded Greaves. So I think the build is pretty self-explanant. Arcana wise, I went with my Marksman Warrior build, so we've got an increase of normal attacks by 45, armor pierce 100%, and movement speed is increased by 10%. That comes from 10 times Onslaught level 3, 10 times Assassinate level 3, and 10 times Skewer. But I think, in my opinion, it might be also quite good to take something like this with critical chance improvement and attack speed improvement coming from Atrocity, Guerrilla, and Skewer, but it's completely up to you. You might even play him with Rampage because he's got a really nice crit usage, whatever. But I think everything is suitable for him because he's got the true damage and he's got the attack speed, which makes him really, really good. Enchantment wise, we are splitting between Lockheim and League of Humans. Therefore, we're trying to maximize his damage output while we are sporting some utility. Therefore, I'm taking Devour for this little extra gain if we kill or assist in something. Then Deadly Claw, of course, to improve the damage output even further. And we're going in with Devil's Awakening. That's really nice. You can go 1-2 ult 1-2, for example, or 1-2 ult 2 and then 1 again to kind of get to the next enemy. It's completely up to you, but Devil's Awakening is really good for him. And in the second line, we are going with Enhanced Restore and Gunslinger to boost our stats a little bit further. If you like this kind of content and you are not a contributor in this channel so far, a subscription would be really, really nice, because then we can get a little bit faster to the 1000 that I'm waiting for. And of course, likes, dislikes, comments are always highly appreciated. Just tell me your honest opinion, what you think about the channel and its content. That would be really nice. And without further ado, I would say let's check out what you have been waiting for, and now we're going to take a look at some content, gameplay content. Alright guys, we are already in the game. I just thought that it might be quite cool to just start with blue buff, and then we are going to have some seconds reduced so that the gameplay is not that long all in all. So as you guys can see, we're going with Errol. We have Natalia, Gildur and Valheim in our team, and I started off with blue buff, which means that I can go and gank the bottom lane, which is the AD carry lane, when I hit level 4. Unfortunately, someone has already cleared the smaller minions in the red part of the jungle. That means that we're not going to hit level 4, and that this is some kind of drawback is something that you guys are going to see in some seconds. As you can see, that minion above was, oh my god, that's crazy. I shouldn't do something with my hands next to the camera. Okay, we're not gonna do that again. As you can see, someone has already been clearing the minions, and I haven't reached level 4 yet. Now I'm going in order to make it work, and I exposed myself a little bit too much. I thought that Valheim and Gilder were about to join the party, but all in all, it was still a okay start, as Gilder is able to get a kill for our team. It's not so good because I am the jungler and I should always be in the game, but as the kind of revive cooldown isn't so long at the beginning of the game, it's still okay-ish, but of course you shouldn't treat yourself in such a way. Always be a little bit more patient. Unfortunately, there Wukong is able to get a kill on Natalia, but I have retaliated it immediately. It killed Wukong and took quite a chunk of Dio-chan's help, and as I've been on my way up to the top lane, I saw that Tara is about to fight Errol, but she is just a little bit too healthy for us to make a play, at least in my opinion. Like, you can't do anything against it. She's sitting on the tower, she's got way too much health, and we can't deal with her. But now we're going into the jungle of the enemy. I thought that Errol was about to retreat, but he really meant it and went for the minions here with Gildon and Natalia, and that's a scene where you should actually either join it or just go out and leave. But in this scenario, we went in. Now we've got Wukong here. I knew that he was about to do something stupid, and I just got me a really nice Vera kill. And that was the part of the game where I actually thought, okay, this is going to be good. Like, this is going to be a really good game. We get Wukong here. We do get Tara here. Do we get her? No, unfortunately, we don't get her. But I thought that we were about to get her as well. So, all in all, the trades have been quite okay-ish. 5-4. When I was playing it, I had the opinion that we traded a little bit better, but now in the recap, it's still pretty close. Like, it's still pretty close, and the Wukong, the opponent's Wukong was actually really, really good, and that's something that's gonna cause us to take a little bit longer in that game. I just was looking for my words. I was looking for words. Anyways, I mean, yes, Zanis. The problem about Zanis is that Zanis is quite easy to play in terms of you only have to press some buttons, and he has huge amounts of damage just by doing so. That's something why people are always referring to him as kind of a beginner's hero, but I can tell if your enemy knows what he is doing and the enemy has a lot of crowd control, it is not about just only pressing buttons, but you really need a strategy, and this video is gonna prove it. Especially if you are entering higher ranks, Zanis is becoming less and less effective because people know how to deal with him, and that is kind of holding him back to really shine in the upper ranks. But of course, if you are a skilled player and you know what to achieve with him and what to achieve against certain opponents, he is still quite strong because he's got a pretty decent kit. Like, he's got an engage with a knock-up on his ult with a really good cooldown, he's got the speed buff on his 1, and he's got some attack increase with his 2. So really good kit, and as you can see, we are just taking the enemy's health with ease. There we go, double kill. And I had a really good feeling about this. I had a really good feeling about this. At first I was like, is this video becoming a video for YouTube? And I was like, nah, I don't really know. 2-2-2, nothing spectacular happened yet. And now I really felt the energy. And I was like, okay, this is something that needs to be put up on YouTube. If that was the right decision, is going to be decided by you, not by me. So we've got Vera here. But they all can't really do anything against me. Like, you don't want to go one-on-one against a level 9 Zanis if you are on level 6. Here comes the stuff. And this is the part where we actually see how much damage Wukong is able to do. I completely underestimated Wukong in this game because usually Wukongs don't really stand a chance against anything. Like, usually Wukong players are pretty bad. Wukong is super squishy. I don't even know what this guy was using because he wasn't as squishy as I thought. So maybe his Arcana were kind of tanky because his build isn't. And in hindsight, I should have eventually built Shield of the Lost rather than going on full damage. But that's always something that you have to find out for yourself. And sometimes it happens after a match, and that's always a little bit too late. So it doesn't matter. Every single game is something where you will actually learn things. So Vera was a little bit too slow. The combo 1, 2, 3, ult, whatever, was a little bit too good, and we defeated her a little bit too fast. And the problem is squishy targets are not really a match for anything. Report Wukong, she's writing that right now. Wukong is going to be really influential on this game, and I think she should kinda overthink this statement after we see the post-game stats, but we are about to see a lot more gameplay before we go to that. Tricky enough, they've got Vera and they've got some really good crowd control with Dio-chan, and I think that's something where you should really pay a lot of attention to. Always keep in mind what is the enemy team composition. In hindsight, not only the Shield of the Lost would have actually been quite good, but also some more magic resistance. There is one point in the game where I have the feeling that magic resist is something that is really necessary on this build, because we had with Dio-chan and Vera one mage that's super good with crowd control and one mage that is super good and having a lot of single target damage, which is what Vera really excels in. I don't know where that yawn happened. I think he went to the brush and I didn't look for him right away, so I think he got away by teleporting back.
Pay attention to Slayer Lane.
So we're kind of like baiting her a little bit, but as no one is going to come, as you can see, this is like that's the Tara problem, and I just decided to go and run away because otherwise she's just too tanky. Like that's the deal. And I don't know if you guys have seen the patch notes already, but Tara is receiving a buff. We don't know what the buff is about yet. I didn't see a video yet, but let's hope for the best, because at the moment she is not good at all, and that might just put her from the solo place in F tier or C tier, I think it's F tier, back to something nice. Maybe C or B or A. Even A could be possible. So there are a lot of reworks. There are some buffs in the game, and Tara is definitely getting a buff. For the Tara players out there. I don't know if you guys are playing Tara or if you have her on your agenda at all. Like, I don't know. I've played her recently. I wasn't too happy with it, but that might just be my personal opinion. So, 10 minutes played. Here's the first Slayer call. And What the enemies did not really do was checking places. Like, it was something that was really clear in this match, that they did not really think about what the game flow might be and what we're about to achieve. Like, the only reason that they are coming down right now to contest the Darkslayer is because we have been going in. And this is so bad. Like, yes. If you have seen that and you think, wow, you are not clever, I say, yes, you are right. This was a really, really bad idea. And you just see how much damage these guys can deal. Especially the Dio-chan ult is super strong if you don't have any magic resistance after all. And that really hit quite hard. Like, at the moment it's quite even, 13-13. It's not quite even, it's even. 13-13. I'm still doing quite good in terms of gold. And here is the first chance to have a significant impact on the game by placing the Darkslayer in the middle lane. We have already cleared everything but a single tower. And therefore we are about to contest the core once. So we see that Valheim was caught off guard. I don't know what happened there. I mean, we called team fight. There is a dragon, so your orientation should be to go with your team. And as you see, this is it's brutal. It's just brutal. And the good thing is, like, we did a really good job on killing that stuff. Like, the combo Natalia and Errol with the knockup from the axe, and Natalia's insane damage output was just too good. Like, it was really, really good. But the enemies were actually doing better. Their engagement was a lot better, and now we have scored, or we have now destroyed the first single tower. It's just insane. It's insane how much damage that Wukong can dish out with a single combo. Natalia kills him. That means that Natalia is even stronger than the Monkey King. I thought that she would die. To be honest, I thought that she would die and there would be the information that she has been killed. She got out alive for good, and that was a good signal. And I'm about to score some, or to farm some gold, just to make my equipment even better than it is right now. So we're still on a good way. 5-5-3, that's totally fine. 17 versus 17. We got another Abyssal Dragon. We got the first Darkslayer. So gold lead should be on our side, because we contested the most important things just a little bit more. We've got more towers. So in theory, our way to the win is a little bit shorter than the way of the enemies. I mean, look at the scenario right now. We've got some vision sporting around. No one knows where the enemies are. They've got 3 towers left, and we can take another Darkslayer right now. I don't know what Valheim is doing there. Like, I think he went for some farm, but he should really close in and come to the party right now. So I've been taking Blade of Eternity here because I was killed before so easily. So I thought to myself, okay, maybe you should improve your sustainability or your survivability just by a little bit. Good scene here. We already have killed 2 enemies, and now we are on the way to run through. 19-18 already. Our mage has been killed in the process, but we can close the gap and get to the next tower. And I already thought this is it. But here comes the Wukong. Here comes Wukong like an insane carry. And he is going to wipe out our entire team. So Vera, if you see this, that was insane. He completely caught us off guard. I don't even know how he did that because basically we've got some, like, I don't think, oh, I see. I think the problem, think, like, as I'm writing right now, like, I thought that he was already dead. So that was the first mistake. Second mistake is that we don't really have a lot of crowd control. So what the enemy team can do is to put down templates from Dio-chan, and they can use her ult to target a really big area and damage all people in it. We don't really have that. Like, the only thing that's gonna cause damage to Wukong is basically when he finds himself in between some of the magic energy that Natalia is dishing out. So that is the problem. So game still looks really, really good. We don't have minions pushed to the bottom lane right now. That's a problem as well, because that would just enable us to get the last tower. And then if you have, I don't even know what I'm doing there. I don't even know. Like, I think because I thought, oh my god, now it's going to be complicated. I think because I thought that the first encounter would be a win. I don't even know why we let the Gildo fight this fight by himself. We should have closed in and helped him, but okay. So many opportunities missing, and I can't even tell them what to do because I just died. And it's easy to say it right now because now I've got the full game and I played it, and now I can analyze everything from a different or a kind of like a little bit distant perspective. So I think what we should have done, we should have fought this fight as one. Gildo did a really great job here on not only putting 3 enemies into his ult circle, but he even killed 1. That is great. That's great gameplay. Like, that's a huge amount of skill that he has here. So great job from our Gildo here, but he was lacking support. We did not support him enough as a team, and that I threw my life away immediately was like not really good, not really professional. So we have 1 Slayer, we've got the 2nd Slayer, and now we are about to get the 3rd Slayer. It's 18 minutes played, and we are about to get the 3rd Dark Slayer in a row. And finally, the enemies have decided to do something against it. Good stuff. Now I have the ability to fight them. And now I'm a little bit too far away from my team. And I realize it right now. Tara is going in. We kill her. So really good job here. And now Wukong comes back. And he is just dealing so much damage. I didn't even know that Wukongs can have so much damage, because every time I play Wukong, he doesn't deal so much damage, and he just kills the entire team. 15 kills right now. The enemy has 27 kills. More than half of them is Wukong stuff going on. That's crazy. That's insane. He carried the game for them. So of course now I'm switching to Death Sickle, because the first effect of Blade of Eternity has run down. As you can see, it's still on cooldown. So now we are swapping items, we are swapping items. Now we're taking Death Sickle, and then afterwards we can go back to Blade of Eternity. So you want to sell it. Now you're going to profit from the benefit from the Death Sickle, and after that effect has run off, you're going to buy the Blade of Eternity again. Hopefully you don't get to the point where you need to cycle it like this, but it is something that is hugely possible. So I'm a little bit worried about the whole team composition right now, because Valheim has been away from the team quite often. But in this case, everything is going to be in one certain position, and that position is we want that tower. I was a little bit surprised that no one was there. Like, the only person about to fight that tower was Wukong. And now I'm sacrificing myself immediately to take down Yorn. My only mission was to take down Yorn, because he is just dealing so much damage. Yorn and Vera were the 2 guys that I did prioritize. And now is the last and the best bit. We have killed every single enemy, and I can use my superior attack speed to get that tower and win the game for my team. I mean, Natalia was bringing some minions to the core anyways, but I think it was the right decision that to pull myself out a little bit. And the verdict of this game, even if I was playing someone who is called a noob champion, you should still be a little bit more aware of your positioning. I should have played the game a little bit more defensively. As you can see, 2 enemies were better than 4 people of our team, so it was really, really close. I think it's a really cool game, and it just shows how the game is going back and forth, and that's what I wanted to show you. So if you like this kind of content, switch in 2 days when we are talking about a lane, because this video is now over. See you guys!